There are two chances. Just as you said, Aubameyang was clear to give him the ball that he could have scored. At least he could have given, even if he didn't score, at least give him the ball and have a chance to score. And you will always so selfish, you play the ball out, understand?
Being a Chelsea fan, I was just kind of optimistic that we'll win because we've had a very bad form this season.
Clash of the Titans between the two London rivals, Chelsea versus Arsenal. Already Man City has overtaken Arsenal on the lead of the table with 13 matches played. A win for Arsenal today, Arsenal will automatically overtake Manchester City. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is all right. The second half have just started, and the Brighton teams had to welcome Arsenal with a goal, a beautiful goal. And now it's Brighton who is leading Arsenal by 1-0. What a goal and what a game. Mr. Adeyemi, are you feeling it right now?
Yeah, I'm feeling it, but the VAR referee has a lot to answer. Because how could he not pick the infringement on Kiwo that left Enciso free to knock the ball into the net? No, that is, I don't know what the English referees are doing with VAR, but it has been really, really annoying to some extent. Very poor. Like, for me, using VAR in England is just in the range of maybe less than 50% or 50%. It's terrible. Honestly, how can they not pick when that guy stepped on Kiwo's leg? In the box, that was an infringement leading to goal. The VAR should have watched, saw it, reviewed it again, and then do the needful. The goal should have been chopped off. And now the goal stands. You know, English football and controversies.
The goal was scored by Enciso at the 51 minutes. 51 minutes, just 6 minutes into the second half, they had to shock Arsenal. And right now, as it stands, probably we begin to clap for Manchester City. It is good to go for Manchester City.
Yeah, good to go.
As it stands.
Just one win and they win the league.
One win and they win the league. Already, Arsenal has already retained the second position.
Yeah, no. Nobody is taking that.
Nobody's taking that from them. They've already retained that position. And but they should not be comfortable with that position. Because this is their opportunity. This is the opportunity they had.
To do what?
To win the Champions League. But
the league, the Premier League.
The Premier League, yeah, the Premier League. And
they
messed it
can't
up.
win this league. Even if they win this match. Even if they win this match, the league is not in sight. Manchester City is leading by a point and a game in hand. Yeah. So,
Saka from the right side, he crossed the ball, and that was a good defensive work from Brighton. If Brighton has played against Everton like this in their last match, they wouldn't have considered so much.
The team differs. Arsenal is out to play with them, so the game will be exciting. Not when one team is pragmatic. So it's a different approach entirely.
A different approach. And what will Arsenal, if you are the manager now, if you are Arteta, what will you do with this kind of result?
Attack, and attack. Bring in an attacker. Increase the number of bodies up front. Leave Jorginho to do the shock-absorbing work. Then, one more, you just have to attack.
Attack and attack. Let's quickly look at the substitution bench, whether they have what it takes to come and attack. Those in the substitutes, those in the reserve is Holding, Nelson, Nketiah, Thomas Partey, Smith Rowe. Trossard, Trossard just went in, he went in for Martinelli. then Tuna, then Vera, then Walter. That is what they are having in the reserve bench. Who will be there? Who can come in and attack? See, Welbeck is already coming in, and Partey is also coming in. Substitution made by the two managers. Yeah. Shaka is going out. We haven't seen much of him. Jorginho is already out. You know.
Yeah, like for like Jorginho for Partey and Nelson for Shaka. You know, Nelson is more of an attacking player than Shaka. So that explains what I was saying earlier, that the coach should attack.
You know, anytime you see Partey, most times you see Jorginho, that means they either win Arsenal, because since Jorginho has been playing, it's like he has not really had his bearing.
Since when Jorginho has been playing, since Chelsea game, they have been winning. So
since Chelsea game?
Yes.
I mean, not in Arsenal, I'm talking about.
They are winning.
How many games has he played?
The games that he started, most of it they have won. Go and check. Most of the games Jorginho started, they have won. They won Chelsea, they won Newcastle. The game against Man City, Partey started.
Okay.
The game they lost against Everton, Partey started. So the games that Jorginho has started, most of it they've won. And that's it.
And it's a free kick against Arsenal, and this time around it's against Martinelli. Nelson. Okay, Nelson is in.
Yes, he's in already.
In already.
Came in for Shaka.
Came in for Shaka, yeah. And that's a good substitute. And he has to push the guy who tried to dribble him. And I think the referee saw that. You know, so like I was asking, who is in the bench that can come and make a difference with what we have on the bench so far?
You know, that's another thing about Arsenal. They don't have depth in their squad. Practically, those that can make a difference are already on the field. So, what more can you expect? So, for them to just stay calm, find their movement, and try to score the goal. For them to look for one special guy to do the needful for them is not realistic.
It's not realistic. The man, Julio Enciso, age 19, who scored against...
he scored against Chelsea.
He scored against Chelsea and he scored against...
against Arsenal.
He's a Paraguayan guy. And then he played
from Libertad.
Yes, Libertad. Yeah, Libertad. He had the 4th season in Libertad, and this is the 2nd season he's having in Brighton.
Brighton, yes.
And that's a good one for him. That's a good one for him. And Zaka, I was talking about Shaka. I was talking about Granit Xhaka, 30 years old. Ejalo! That is a good one. Nelson. That was a good shot. One of their best chances so far.
This guy is really improving. That was decision making.
Okay, it's a corner kick. The goalkeeper had a touch on it. Look at it. Look at the replay. The goalkeeper had a touch.
No, the keeper.
There was a touch. It should be a corner kick.
The ball just waved off. He would have called it. That's what Arteta is trying to express. He played a straight shot. He should have called it. So that the ball, while going to the post, will be placing into the post. Not outside of the post.
And you can see Arteta there shouting and protesting, you know, for a free kick. Well, it's getting frustrating. He's getting frustrated because he lost the hope of winning the Premier League. And right now, probably he's going to get a card in this. Oh, a yellow card. The referee is bringing out his yellow card. And a yellow card for Arteta. Yellow card. Frustration is showing over his face.
When you play like this, and you perform like this without winning anything at the end of the season, is frustrating. So you can understand this pain.
All right, I was talking about Granit Xhaka, that those days I used to love his play from a distance shot from the outside the team box. That is his own special. That is his own work. We just get the ball, turn that ballistic shot into the net. But we didn't get that from him, and he has been substituted.
Yeah, you know, Granit Xhaka too, his form dropped a little. He's normal. When you have a league competition and it's marathon of football, there's ups and downs in players' form. So that will explain why Granit Xhaka to drop from. After all, he's only an human being. So you can't really judge him so much for that. It's ups and downs. Even there are times that Messi and Ronaldo drop from. So,
A chance for us. Oh, that's an alternative. I wonder why he's going to that wing again.
That's terrible.
That's terrible. I think next season has already created an opportunity for him, and he went and misused that opportunity.
He should have gone in straight.
Look at
What
it.
is he cutting for?
What is he cutting for?
Indecision.
You can see that frustration in.
Even play a straight shot like that would have gotten an
Yeah,
attempt out of it.
either a corner kick or a rebound, and somebody just hit it in. You know. And then it's Brighton who is trying to hold the possession. Let me quickly look at the possession so far. It is 60% for Brighton and 40% for Arsenal. Goal attempt for Arsenal have increased to 10 and 4 for Brighton. Shot on goal, 2 for Brighton, 1 for Arsenal. Shot of goal, 9 for Arsenal, 2 for Brighton. No, that's to tell you how intense the match is. The match is really intense, and it's unfortunate that Arsenal is not winning this right now.
You know, first half I was saying the chances that Arsenal was losing, it might come back to us then.
Yeah.
When you have your chances in a game, take your chances. It's very, very important in a football game. Because when you are playing a game and you are losing chances, you might not get another one. And which is realistic enough.
Oh, that's another close one.
A poor shot from Welbeck. Needless shot.
You know, Welbeck has really been another player to talk about. Because though they don't play him full time, apart from the last 2 matches he played. Most times he comes in the second half, and when he comes in, you always feel his impact.
Depending on where they are. No, he's not playing the number 9 role. Ferguson is the number 9. And he's still on field, so maybe the coach wants to play double 9 to keep Arsenal defenders at bay so that they can't join the attack. And if they can't join the attack, that will reduce the number of bodies. And Mitoma running straight into the box can be dangerous. That was a good tackle from Saka.
The guy is still on.
Oh, that was a poor final ball from Estupina. But all in all, it's been an entertaining game so far.
It has been an entertaining
And
game.
this Mitoma still need a lot of growing up to do.
Oh, look at that beating. Look at that body movement.
You have starting. What was the finishing? What did you do with the boy? Horrible. He still needs a lot. In fact, if anybody would advise him, he should stay at Brighton for another season or 2 so that he can grow.
You mean he's not growing?
He needs to grow. Because, yes, you have starting. Football is more about finishing. Yeah, your first touch matters, so your starting and finishing matters. So, which is very important.
It is Brighton again in the 18 box of Chelsea. Oh, that's a good one from Partey.
Arsenal, not Chelsea.
Yeah, sorry, Arsenal. And it is Partey who came to the party to save the ball.
Yes.
So, you see, if you look at it, Brighton has in the past 3 minutes now, they have taken control of the ball.
Yeah, they've had the fair share of the ball possession.
Yeah. And I think that is the best way to defend. Like we used to talk, that is the best way to defend. If you hold them this way, continue to attack them, don't give them any chance for a counter. I think to some extent you have been able to.
Yeah.
And it is,
But it's actually dangerous too.
It is.
It's dangerous because if you attack an attack, you leave your defense and you get the ball to Saka that has space, that can take on 2-3 players himself. See, that is dangerous.
You can see Roberto Zevi. I think he should be happy with this result.
Happy? He knows 1-0 is nothing to write home about. He is not reliable. In fact, you can be leading 1-0 and they equalize the last kick of the game. So 1-0 is not.
It's not 1-0 is not a short game.
It's not. There's nothing sure about it.
All right, I was talking about Welbeck, and I talked about him. And if you look at his record, I think he has had a lot of experience because he's 32 years old.
Yes, he has not that a lot. How many big stages has he played in?
He has played for Manchester United. He has played for Sunderland.
Big stage.
He played for Arsenal and.
How many semi-final of Champions League?
Brighton.
How many final of Champions League has he played? How many titles has he won? So at the big stage, that's what I'm talking about. You need to play at the big stage to get some certain experience. So it is different. It's a different thing entirely. When you're playing on the big stage, you need to recognize the fact that, hey, this is the big stage, so you need to come to the party. There are some times that, there are some games that, responsibility are on your shoulders. So you have to just find something to do about it.
A chance for Trossard, but it was like a back pass. Straight ball into the hands of the goalkeeper. We have not really seen much of Odegaard in this very particular match.
Yeah, he was the one that set the pass.
Good setting for him.
That was a poor finish.
That was a poor finish. If it is people like Gabriel Jesus, I think he will have done better with that. He will have done better with that.
I think this Arsenal team needs a proper number 9. Gabriel Jesus is not.
Apart from a proper number 9,
yes.
Next season they will be in the Champions League.
Yes.
If you are the manager, what will you do? Because
they
are playing good football, but there are matches they're not supposed to lose. Some cheap matches they just lose it.
The thing is, you need a robust squad. Arsenal team don't have strength in depth, and that's what has made them suffer this season. One of the main reasons they were conceding like pack of cards is when Saliba got injured. So there was nobody to fill in that gap. And it's very important to have someone to fill in that gap. And now they've paid dearly for it with the title. So that's why you need squad depth. You need it. It's like the air that you breathe. That's why you see teams like Man City, even with the squad they have, they still go for the best of the best. So that they can have a squad that even if first team is injured, second team can come in and still do the job and do it decently.
Now, talking about the goalkeeper, Aaron Ramsdale, has he done so well for Arsenal? A good dribble there for Gabriel Jesus, but he has been marked. A penalty. Okay, for a diving. Ateta is going to get a yellow card. He's frustrated in this match. If you look at it, he's frustrated. He's highly frustrated.
The title is officially gone, so he will react.
There was no
He didn't do anything.
Yeah, but it was not carded, rather. It was not carded either.
I can say something that the officiating is tilting more towards Man City this season. When you look at it, many of the decisions have been in favor of Man City.
But in the past, prior to this season, it is Manchester City who suffer VAR more than any other club.
No.
If you go back last season and the season before this last season,
the 2 seasons back,
support
that.
Eh?
The fans don't support that.
Which fans?
The facts. No. I don't agree.
You don't agree?
I don't agree. Because in this league season, if you want to talk about it, even Chelsea suffered more than Man City.
I'm not talking about this season.
Not just this season.
I'm not talking about this
season. Over the season.
In the season past. It is Manchester City who have suffered more.
When we talk about officiating, the club that has not really favored is Chelsea. Do you know how many times Mourinho has gone on matches ban when he was at Chelsea because he was criticizing the referees, saying the right things? How many match ban has Guardiola gone for criticizing the referees? Because football is a passionate game. When the referee don't do Ferguson, one of the most successful Premier League managers. You know how many games he has gone for? Do you know how many games Klopp has gone?
If you want to talk about cards, the red card in his whole career, Guardiola has gotten.
They just started the red card how many seasons ago?
Gotten 2 red cards since as a manager.
Because he has been coaching the special teams.
Then
the teams that are in favour.
Then the one he got 2 yellow cards and a red card. I think it's one.
My personal opinion, officiating this season, I favour Man City the more. Look at this goal. This goal of Brighton shouldn't have stood. Because there was an infringement on Kiwo. In the box, he stepped on him, matched his boot. And the VAR couldn't spot that. We didn't say they spot it or they overlooked it. That has a lot of questions to answer. That is very wrong. Even if you want to win, win fair and square.
But why they did not protest? Because that's another thing again. You have to protest.
Do you have to protest? Do you have to protest before you do your job?
Let me tell you, there are a lot of penalties played that is as a result of the protest of the players.
You don't understand what I'm saying?
Sometimes the referee may not even see it. Okay, when you protest, okay, the referee will not say, okay, let me have a real look.
The game Brighton against Man U, did the referee see the foul of Luke Shaw? Was it not the VAR that called him back? Was it not because they were doing their job? Yeah. They should have done their job because the job of VAR is to review the few moments before the goal. Yeah. And that was obvious. Even the replay showed us on camera here that he stepped on his boot that made him not to mark and see so. Yeah. You know, the Premier League is just crazy. It's just unbelievable sometimes with the stupid things they do.
Okay, there is a substitution, and it's Gabriel Jesus who have gone out, and in Ketia, some Igbo people call him Nkita. You know what Nkita is? It's Nketia, the man that came in, and Smith Rowe too coming in. I think that should be Gabriel Jesus. I told you, I've not seen. He has not really made an impact. We have not seen what he's playing, and that is why he has been.
It's just a like for like change.
Yeah.
It's not that they really change anything in the formation.
There's no formation, but the life for life change.
Renewing of blood. Renewing of
apart from renewing of blood, there are players that are better than others. Yeah. There are players. Oh yeah. There are players that are better than others, and you see, Aaron Ramsdale has been a very good goalkeeper because if we look at his moves from Chesterfield, he had 19 match played. Then he played in Wimbledon. In Wimbledon, he played 20 matches. In Bournemouth, he moved to Bournemouth, and in Bournemouth, he played 37 matches. Then in Sheffield United, he played just twice. Then in Arsenal, in the first season in Arsenal, he has played up to 34 games. And Arsenal in this 2022-2023 season, he has played 35 games so far. And he has been outstanding. And he remained #1 goalkeeper of Arsenal. Then if we talk about Kiwo, one of the last defenders of Jacob Kiwo, one of the last defenders of Arsenal, one of the backman. If you see his move, he has moved so much. He has moved from Podrosvoa to Zlina B to Zlina. Then Spezia, he has moved to Spezia. Then he played for Arsenal around 21, and now he's playing for Arsenal senior team. And he has been outstanding. He has been a good defender. I think he stood for Saliba, and all this while that Saliba is having injury, he stood for Saliba, and he has been a good one. So far, you can see Brighton attacking from the right side. The right side, they're just taking it cool. They're coming cool already. They are leading, and this is the 70th, 80th minute into the second half. We just have 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left is a decisive moment. Decisive moment for Arsenal. Decisive moment for the Premier League. Whether Manchester City will start celebrating. Manchester City will start celebrating if this match ends this way. And I'm very sure a lot of Arsenal fans will not be happy with this season. Because at the point they were already saying, we have a season, we have a season. A lot of people will be saying, I remember when we used to go for Vox Pop, they would say it is initial gara-gara for Arsenal. Initial gara-gara for Arsenal. And it is true. At the end of the day, Arsenal is not taking the league.
Yeah, you know, one of the worst record to break is one of the teams that top for the for 30-something weeks and didn't end up winning the league. Right. Terrible. Terrible. Really abysmal. Really disastrous. Lately now, it seems Brighton are beginning to have this character of coming to the Emirates and winning, defeating Arsenal at home. Yeah. Terrible, actually.
It's a very good one for Brighton because right now, Brighton, if it ends like this, Brighton has moved to 6th position. Yes. They have moved to 6th position behind Liverpool, who has 62 points, and Brighton is having 58 points. That means Brighton is on the conference, Europa Conference.
No, not the conference, yet. Europa League.
Europa League, yeah.
6th position is still Europa League.
Okay, Tottenham who is in Conference League. Right?
Yeah, Tottenham.
So for the Europa League, it is Liverpool and Brighton who are battling for the Europa League.
Liverpool is still playing for Champions League football.
But that's the level is now. It's at the Europa League level now. So and it is very difficult for them to catch up with Manchester United because Manchester United is having 66 points. 66 points with 3 matches left. 66 points with 3 matches left. It is Arsenal who has 2 matches left. And that is why I say it is going to be over. Because 81 points behind Manchester City, who is having 85 points. With a game in hand. And you know Manchester City, out of those 3 matches left, there is no way they are not going to win one or draw it.
Not so just draw, they just need to win one game. And
we'll begin to celebrate. And this title will be theirs. And that will be.
They should just win the outstanding and they won the title. It's as simple as that.
So, Arsenal will still remain comfortably in their 2nd position.
Yeah.
Because comfortably in their 2nd position. Nobody's dragging it with them.
Now, imagine this now. Even if the title goes to the wire, 3 games to go, they will lose at home to Brighton. They are not people that were kicked that kept saying this league is meant for Man City. They just justified it for them. That's one thing I like about Chelsea. They know how to prove people wrong. They know how to. You'll be talking against Chelsea. Only you will change it yourself. When you see the seriousness in the team. When the board will tell you that your job depends on this victory. That if Chelsea lose this trophy, you might be out of a job. Then is another level of seriousness. You work day in, day out. But when Arteta knows that, okay, if you lose this league, he will still be the coach next season. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he will just say, okay, painful, will come back next season. But when you know that there's no next season to come back, you know it's another type of animal. You fight till everything. Like Mauricio Sarri, when he got to the final, when they were like, if you lose this final, your job might be on the line. What will later happen? You won convincingly. You put people in a position whereby you challenge that inner thing in them.
And I remember when Chelsea told Potter that if you don't win this match, we are going. He won back-to-back.
Yeah.
And that was the first time he won back-to-back.
And that's how it works. But you know these new Chelsea owners, they are not the old ones that we know. You know that if you don't...
Hey, chance! Oh, that is a good defensive work. And what is he protesting for?
For a penalty.
For penalty. Is that a penalty? I think we need to see. There should be a replay there. I don't know whether that protest could be justified. Look at that. Oh, no. That's a soft one. It's not a penalty. Look at it. His hand were just... Look at it. Oh.
That's a penalty.
That's a penalty.
That should be considered.
That should be a penalty. It was dragged.
But the referee will not check it.
Yeah. And this time around there's a protest.
These are the few cutting-edge decisions that I'm talking about. You will hear, they will say this penalty is a soft penalty.
Yeah.
This one is, all those, these tactical things. You only need to recognize it tactically for you to see what it really is.
All right, it is the 85 minutes, just 5 minutes left for regulation time. And Brighton still leading Arsenal. 5 minutes left. A chance for Brighton. Oh, that was a weak shot. A weak shot. Thomas Partey has been fouled. Yes, you can see the frustration at Ateta's face. You know, you can see the frustration because all hope dashed.
This team, what happened is that they've been stretched beyond what they can. You can't give what you don't have. That's why keep people look at it.
That is the second goal. It is a goal for Brighton. Brighton has rounded it up. That is the second goal. Oh, what will the Arsenal fans be doing right now? I know those days when we used to play one by one, they don't go. One by one, they don't go. And that is what will happen. I remember I have a friend, a barista, who say he refused to be an Arsenal fan because they broke his heart. He don't have heart again. And we are seeing it here. They are breaking Arsenal's heart again. Those who have given their heart to Arsenal. What a match! 2-0, just a simple goal. He jabbed it over the head of Aaron Ramsdale, and that is the goal. Mr. Demi, what is this match turning into?
Yeah, boys don't win the league, man. You know, you can't be making unforced errors like this at this defining moment of the season. You can't be making these errors. You can't go 2-0 up against Liverpool.
Oh, you can see the celebration, Roberto Zebi. Oh, look at the celebration. Well cuted like Guardiola. You know, I love his outfit.
That's you know, they have themselves to blame, honestly. The league is gone. You know, I keep saying Socrates, it has gone. You know, I keep saying, because realistically, when we look at these things, some things are predictable in football. Because there are still minnows in football. This Man City, people are not talking about the defining moment where Man City defeated Arsenal home and away. That was a big factor in who is winning the league. But people are not talking about it. As soon as Man City went to the Etihad, went to the Emirates Stadium and defeated Arsenal there, I looked at it that it seems Arsenal is not going to take home this trophy. And that's what has happened. Look at Arsenal fans going home.
That's what I told you.
Like the song you said, they learn they go
one by one.
They learn they go.
What do you expect? What do you expect? The fans, even right there in the Emirates Stadium, they are going one by one. What do you expect those watching from afar, watching from their television? They will just off their television and go drinking one bottle of beer to get themselves relaxed.
That's even if the beer will go down.
It will hang in their throats.
They just go maybe find somewhere to food, find somebody to talk to so that they don't get depressed. Because I don't know, right now it can be depressing supporting Arsenal. Because how much can you feel when they've raised their hope high and they dash it just like that? Terrible. Honestly, extremely terrible. It's not something you want to behold.
So it is time for us to start waiting for Manchester City to officially be confirmed as the winner of the 2022-2023 Premier League season. And I'm very sure where they are right now, they will be celebrating. I'm very sure Guardiola will be jumping up and down. I'm very sure Allah will be dancing.
You know, this will reduce the pressure on them. They know they can now maximize their squad.
Yeah, they can now maximize their squad, and they can now be waiting for the next match at Etihad for them to celebrate the victory right there at the Etihad. Yeah.
So Arsenal has just made it very easy. And as far as I'm concerned, the treble is for them to lose. Because the league is gone. FA Cup, I don't see Man U stopping them, honestly. Except if their key players get injured. But I don't see this team, Man U stopping them.
Another chance for Brighton. Oh, that is a good defensive work there. That is the same. That's a throw-in. He's down. It's not time to be down. It's not time to be down. You don't need any delay. Roberto Zebi is a man to the Conway.
After losing 5-1, this is one of the best way to respond.
Oh, what a goal! What a goal! And the ref, what is the ref saying? Well, we are talking about England, and this is what is happening. And you can see the fans running into the stadium, including the manager. What is he blowing? And he has given the red card.
To, I think, is it the manager or the official?
Let's see. What is he blowing? The goal just went in and it blowed. Oh.
You see what I'm talking about, Mitoma's finish. Mitoma's finish has been... it needs
8 minutes at a time. 8 minutes at a time. 8 minutes at a time.
Eight minutes additional time.
You know what actually happened here was that the guy played the ball in this match between Valladolid versus Sevilla. He played the ball. As he played the ball, that was when the referee blew the whistle for the second half, and the ball went into the net.
I think this game, the referee will have to answer so many questions.
Yeah.
They will have to analyze.
It's like he's listening to the VAR. Look at it. There was a block, and he just... Okay, he has already blown. I've even raised up his hand.
Oh.
Eh?
There was no way they will count the goal.
There's no way, because he has already blown and he raised up his hand that the match is over. And they are protesting for the goal.
There's nothing.
And you can see tight security around him.
Of course, they have to protect you. Of course.
But there's no way that goal can be given, because
No.
you can even see him after the whistle, after the first deflection. After the first deflection,
He already blew the
he now blew the whistle. Apart from blowing the whistle, he still rose up his hand. That's the match is over. The first half is over. Half time is over. You understand? And you can see them protesting.
Yeah, football. Sometimes when you pressurize the officials, they make mistakes. And when the mistakes is in your favor, you don't mind. Arsenal.
How the mighty are falling.
Arsenal is fast becoming a definition of a word for that you can define as unreliable.
Even this match, they can't even
untrustworthy.
They can't even score a goal, even a one goal.
You can't trust them. Terrible performance. Terrible. Honestly, abysmal performance. You can just look at them and shake your head.
You can see in Ketia, the fire is putting in. He's the only one fighting. He's the only one that still believes. But his belief will not make any difference, because it is almost over. This is the 94th minute. Additional time added, 8 minutes. That means we still have 3 minutes and some seconds to go. And it is 2-0 in favor of Brighton. And you can see Brighton just buying time,
We can still have
still in possession.
4 minutes.
Yeah.
4 minutes. And
Still in possession and waiting for the referee to blow the final whistle so that they can celebrate.
Yeah. It's a big win for them.
A big win, a chance. Oh. And it's still in KTI. Who is fighting the defense? Look at that. Look at that.
Too open.
Oh, Oh, that defender
That
is
was a
so
good tackle.
that was a good defensive work. He set his leg so that the defender will hit him. That is Caicedo to hit him.
This
on
was
his leg.
the guy Arsenal wanted to buy January transfer window. Even Chelsea was on his matter. Caicedo.
If you look at the Brighton just trying to hold the ball, and that's what he has done. They're just buying time, running.
It will be more terrible.
That is the third goal for Brighton. Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. That is 3 goals.
Oh my goodness. What a disastrous way to lose the title.
Wow.
Terrible.
In front of your own fans.
Terrible.
At the Emirates.
Consider 3 goals in 45 minutes after not conceding at all in the first half. Terrible.
Terrible. I think Brighton has been able to redeem their name from the.
That's what De Zerbi said. He said you will see another Brighton entirely against Arsenal. And winning Arsenal 3-0, that was the best way to announce. Onside.
Clean onside.
Onside.
So clean. That is a clean goal. That is a clean goal.
Look at what he did. He bounced the ball on the ground. That's technique. If he played the ball straight, the goalkeeper will have saved it. See De Zerbi. See. When you have managers that understand the game, you play with your players. When you play with your players, it helps you to be able to read the game very well. That's why when they score, you see Mourinho run, you see Guardiola, you see Tuchel, you see all those men.
Conte.
Look
at Arsenal fans. The match has not ended. Look at it.
Of course, they need to go. It's really disappointing.
And that is the end of the season for them. Yeah. I don't think they are nice match even at home.
They only raise the hopes of their fans to dash it in a very, very painful way. If they had lost the first spot as at January, it would have been better. Not when you are just like 8 games away. Out of 38 games, you are 8 games away and you are losing the title 8 games. How many games away? That's terrible. You are putting your fans in a very difficult position. That's why people used to funnily say that Arsenal fans, they are actually loyal. Because he's
another counter this time around from the right side coming from Welbeck. And I can see the recovery from the Arsenal bench, Arsenal defense. They have recovered back fast. And they have lost the ball again.
Honestly, this is terrible. This is really, really terrible. Honestly. The referee should end this game so that to actually stop the humiliation of Arsenal. Because they actually, do you know that Arsenal is a possession-based side? And you can see that Brighton took the ball possession, took the chances second half. They were the better side. Know that this is not the Arsenal played and they lost. And it's the final whistle already.
And the referee has blown the final whistle.
Honestly.
Oh, that is the end.
I don't blame
That is the end of Arsenal dream to be the champions of England. That is the end. And you can see, no wonder they will cry. No wonder they will cry. No wonder they will sit down and remove their boots. No wonder they have to be consoled by their playmates.
No, I don't blame Arteta. I don't blame the Arsenal team. I blame the board. You were at a comfortable position in January. Buy the right players. What is it that you can't spend money to win the Premier League? Chelsea got Mudryk out of them for just extra, I think, £5 million. Arsenal is big enough. Look at this, is the same error why they couldn't buy Suarez. Add something on this money. £1 million will not be too much. What were they adding? That made them lose Suarez. You know how many titles Suarez won for Barcelona? Look at these things. The board has a lot of blame on this Arsenal losing the title. A lot. Buy a centre-back that can equal centre-back that can replace. That can replace one of your centre-back. But what did they do? They want to bring a whiskey war. Do you understand what I'm saying? Saliba got injured, there was no like for like. There was not even leg for even close to that could step in. Arsenal was scoring, was defending well before. After Saliba got injured, they started conceding. They scored 2 goals. They were scoring, but they now started conceding massively because of the error at the defense. No, a chunk of this blame should go to the board. I don't blame Arteta. Arteta has given a lot. These guys have given more than the people expect from them. But the board did not help them. If you want to win the league, you have to really spend money. This is past the time where Leicester came and won in 2016. This is 2023. Yeah. If you want to win the league, you spend money. Barcelona didn't have money. Look at the players they brought in. They spent money. And now, what are they doing? They're about to win the league. It is terrible.
Yeah, it is actually terrible. It's actually terrible. And it's very, very painful for those supporting Arsenal. And for a lot of people who are not Arsenal fans, also wish Arsenal win this Premier League. Personally, I was wishing Arsenal to win the Premier League because for long, they have not touched it.
And look at this. With this victory for Brighton, they have a shout for even Champions League football. Because they have 1 game in hand. No, compared to the people on top of them.
They have 2
if
games.
They win.
The people have already played one game.
The people they are competing
apart
with.
From Arsenal.
Yes, Newcastle, Man U, Liverpool. Yes. Now, if they win, they are standing. They will be on 61 points.
Yeah, behind Liverpool.
Behind Liverpool, 1 point behind Liverpool, and 5 points behind Manchester United. Which is a realistic position for a sneaking chance to get into the Champions League spot.
Yeah. That is a very good.
So even if they miss out on the Champions League, there's a Europa League to fall back to.
There's Europa League. Definitely, that Europa League is sure for them.
Is looking more like.
Because if you look at it, all the people that are behind them, they've played 36. They have 2 games in hand. Are you seeing it? Those that are behind them.
Yes.
So they have 2 games in hand. So what are we talking? I'm very sure they will not lose the whole 2 games.
But it's been a good game of football, actually. One team has to win. Sometimes they play a draw. And unfortunately, that's the end to the title hopes of Arsenal. And they are leaving this season like they came, empty-handed, without any trophy. As But actually, their trophy that they really won under Wenger is back. Champions League football. That's the trophy they like to talk about. Shameful,
who do them?
Painful, annoying, but hey, they like it like that. Their fans savour it. And unlike Chelsea fans, we like to win. That's why even a season into the new ownership, they already want to have their heads. Because you don't do some things as a Chelsea fan.
All right, that is how far we can go for today, Mr. Adeyemi. Before we go, can you just in 1 minute just summarize what we have seen here today?
Yeah, it's just as simple as Brighton was the better side. The better side won. They won fair and square. 3-0 on the day. I was complaining about the first goal, but what about the second goal? What about the third goal? You see, so Brighton deserves to win. And Arsenal title, as far as I'm concerned, is off. Congratulations to Man City, the deserved winners. They did well, played well, did well, been there, done that. And Guardiola still showing stuffs of champions, and you cannot just take it away from them. They are a massive team to reckon with, and the treble is in the pipeline. Very, very possible. Because the only stumbling block I can see is just Real Madrid, and it's very on Wednesday. I'll be tilting towards Man City winning the second leg.
All right, Mr. Adeyemi, thank you very much for coming to the studio. And to our viewers, this is how far we can go for today. We want to apologize once again for the break in transmission. This is due to bad weather. And our technical crew are already working on it. And we'll be back here on Tuesdays and Wednesdays as we bring you the second leg of the semi-final, the big matches between AC Milan and Inter Milan on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, the match between Manchester City and Real Madrid, the match everybody's waiting for, the final before final. We'll bring it to you live. For now, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Premier Sports Fan Center. That is our name. Subscribe and you will always share with us whenever we are on the studio. But for now, it's bye from us, and see you on Tuesday. Premier Sports Fan Center.